Good rising, y'all. I was watching my dogs this morning, and that's Beatrice. This is Lucy, and this is the new hole they have in their tunnel, and she's eating a stick. And then there's another tunnel that collapses that they play in. And I was just thinking about how so many dogs don't really have a fully expressed life where they can play and they can run and just be a dog, to have all their basic needs met enough and be outside enough to just be a dog. She's a puppy. She's eating a stick. Lucy used to eat a lot more sticks. She still eats them now, but not as much. And Lucy loves this new sunroof and her tunnel. They're just able to be dogs and act like they would in a pack. And it just, learning how to use a crate. I hadn't had a dog in 9 years, and Lucy had severe anxiety and ADHD, and she still does, but not as bad as it was. I'll put this down. But these puppies now, they're both rescue. I got her at 2 months. She was a freaking mess. And Beatrice, she was given away, and she had some serious diseases. I had to give her a pumpkin and rice and baby food chicken, and it was so nasty. They call it chicken and gravy, but basically it's just cream chicken. It is so nasty. But she had this really bad virus. And she was tiny. She was, what, 3 months? 3 months? No, I think you were 2 months. You were little and skinny. Oh, actually, it was funny. Her legs were skinny, but her stomach was all bloated from the. I thought she was kind of chubby. Nope. And so, they're hanging out in their yard, and they get to be. There you go. They get to be my alarm system for what's going on in the neighborhood and who's moving around. So I don't know if you ever get a chance to let your dogs just be dogs and do what they do best. And I think one of the things I notice the most about dogs here in Arizona is just the lack of training. And when I'm not, I went up to Munns Park yesterday, and so when you do something like that, I put my dogs in a crate, and they were in from 8 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. and there was no problem. There was no crying. There was no, they didn't have an accident. They just slept. I have blackout curtains. I keep it really, really dark. And they just slept, because that's what dogs do, normally. They normally go into a very dark den, like a hole in the ground, and then they sleep when the pack isn't active. And when they are out, they have lots of energy. And, and then I can get stuff done during the day, too. Because, they're in the crate when I'm here, sleeping. Anyway, I just think it's awesome. I think one of the greatest things that I've been able to do after not having dogs for 9 years is to be able to have 2 rescue dogs and a rescue feral cat and have them live in harmony. Now, notice that both these dogs know that there's somebody in the street, but because they already barked and they know who that person is, they're kind of disinterested. Except my blue heeler. My blue heeler never takes her eyes off any movement. Talk about about two different personalities. This is a water dog and bird dogs. Everything and everybody, especially lizards. And Lucy is terrified of water and anxious and has a little meltdown every time she's inside a car. Listen to the birds. Namaste, y'all. I sincerely hope you get an opportunity to spoil a couple dogs and allow them to be dogs. There's so much on the internet now, you know, Cesar Millan and free dog training. The basics. Teach them a callback. I think that's the greatest thing I could tell anybody about a dog is I had my Schnauzer for 15 years, and oh God, I think a year before she passed away, she ran off. She would just take off. It wouldn't come back. And you just die 1,000 when you love an animal and they take off and you don't know where they are, you know? And so these babies, you know that place in your heart where they run off and you go, because there's might be cars, you know, even on my dead end street, it scares me. And I can call them and they'll come right back. So you can teach a dog to call back, and it is not that hard. So teach them that. Teach them to sit before you eat and stay. That's a big one. Because if somebody comes to my door, they go crazy, but then I can say stay, sit, and then get them to come go get in the crate so I can get the door open. Because, you know, these are big dogs. Look at this. I am aware that some people could be afraid of these dogs. Look at these dogs. Look at this, a big dog. Hey, don't mess with me. What are you doing? You guys are making that hole bigger. Bugging her sister. Her sister can't do anything that B is not in the middle of. But luckily, they love each other very much. Lucy's 3. And Beatrice is 1 now. She was born on the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Namaste, y'all. Have a blessed morning. Oh, I hope you get out early enough to really enjoy the cool of the morning. Namaste, y'all. Namaste.